you didn't miss the email. I didn't send the email with the text alerts. I did not expect this to be as difficult as it is or as I'm making it. But the programs that I've been working with have changed over the year I've been working on it. And now it would require you all to download an app. And I don't think that's what you want. So if anyone knows of any services where you don't have to be in actual elementary school to get the free text alerts, let me know. I'll keep doing my research. Until then, I would say a calendar alert. I'm so sorry. I'll keep working on it and I'll keep quiet about it until I have an actual solution. How about that? Let's go ahead and come to an easy seat. I'll invite the bell. All right, sitting nice and tall, enjoying some breaths. Monday. Just checking in with yourself. How are you feeling as you arrive here? And so far this month, we've been looking at ahimsa as far as like taking good care of ourselves and being kind to ourselves. So we'll start to expand that out now using an ancient mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. So we'll work with that for the rest of the month. And it could be translated to, may all beings everywhere in all realms experience happiness and joy, freedom from suffering. All right, let's go ahead and get our bodies moving a bit so we can experience that joy. So let's start doing some shoulder circles. You can just shrug your shoulders up, maybe bring your arms with you. Breathing here. If there's any intuitive way your body is wanting to move, go ahead and give that to yourself. Noticing how you feel. And that can be physically, emotionally, energetically, kind of all of the above. All right, then we'll come into center, hands together at your heart. Interlace those fingers, flip the palms away from you, then push your arms long in front of you. Good, inhale. Go ahead and stretch your arms up overhead, then keep stretching. If this is painful or doesn't feel good in your hands or anywhere else, then just make adjustments so it does work. But just stretch up as high as you can. And then while we're stretching up really actively, is there anything we can soften? Maybe soften the hips a little. Another inhale to push up. Exhale, hinge over to your right side. Inhale to center. Exhale to your left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. This time, release your hands. Exhale, take a twist to your right. And then you can keep your left hand on your right leg. Next inhale, stretch your right arm up and over. Now we're adding a side stretch or a lateral stretch. Inhale, sit up tall, stretch both arms out wide, parallel to the ground. Maybe look back towards your right thumb, so we're still twisted to the right. Good. Then inhale, sweep your arms forwards and up overhead. Exhale, take a twist to your left, lowering your hands down. Right hand pretty much landing on the left leg. Keeping your right hand grounded on your leg. Inhale your left arm up and over, so adding that side stretch. Big inhale, sit up tall. Now stretch both arms out, sitting tall in your twist, looking back towards your left thumb if you can. And inhale, face forward, stretch both arms up, maybe reach up and back. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Let's stretch our legs long. Dandasana, staff pose. Press through your heels. Good. Sitting up tall, Folly, one of our Mindful Mornings dogs, just looks like a whole other person over there. All right, maybe you can sit a little taller, lift your chest, and then start to fold forward. You can walk your hands forward. And keep in mind, it's early in our practice. We might not go as far as we will be able to go later in the day, and that's okay. You can let your knees be soft, let your breath still be nice and full. One more slow and steady breath. And sit up tall. Let's go ahead and come to tabletop. You might want a cushion under your knees. We'll do some of that tricky cat or bird dog balancing stuff, and that can feel a little supportive to have cushion. From your tabletop, a few rounds of cow and cat. So inhaling drops your belly down. Exhaling arches your spine up. Maybe press your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, returning to cow. Exhaling cat, maybe a child. Go at your own pace, and this is a great time to reconnect with the breath, incorporating Ujjayi Pranayama, that ocean-sounding breath. One more cycle of breath. And then coming to tabletop, tuck your left toes, push them back on the mat, press through your left heel so the toes are on the ground at first, so we can isolate those calf muscles. Staying here, or see if you can balance, lifting your left foot off of the ground. Go ahead and hug your core muscles in a little more. So you might lower your left leg a little, that way you can keep your core hugged in, that's fine. And then see about stretching your right arm to the distance. Try to be extra kind to your left wrist. So I've come to a fist. Maybe you move your hand forward a little bit so it's not such an intense angle on the wrist. We could also take little breaks as needed. Another big inhale. And then when you exhale, see about hugging everything into the center. Do that 3 times. Inhale to extend. Exhale to hug in. Good. Let's give it one more kick. See if maybe this time you do kick that leg a little higher so our glutes are really working. And then setting it down. Yeah, no rush. Tuck the right toes. Push them back on the mat. Push through your heel. Good. All right, let's engage our core muscles. Hugging up and in. And then maybe lift your right heel towards the sky. Keep stretching that leg back really energetically. Try to lighten your right wrist as you explore stretching your left arm to the distance. Really hug everything in. Yep, let's start moving, adding that crunch and extension. Wonderful. On your next extension, maybe you see about kicking that leg a little higher. Give it a little pulse, waking up the glutes. And then we'll set the leg down. Go ahead and bring your knees out wide, big toe roots coming together. Press your hips back. If this is not your favorite child's pose, go ahead and bring yourself into one that feels absolutely as good as possible. And let yourself take a few breaths, just noticing. What area of your body do you feel sensation? Maybe it's like a buzzing throughout. We're probably all having slightly different experiences, so it's nice just to check in with yourself. And when you're ready, stretch your arms up overhead, staying in child's pose a couple more breaths, but come up to your fingertips. See if you can walk your hands a little farther up to the top of the mat. So we're really stretching through our underarm area. And then we'll rise up to tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips right into down dog. Take any movement that you like here. We'll stay 3 to 5 more breaths. Remembering we can always give ourselves breaks if that would serve us better. All right, let's go ahead and tiptoe or hop ourselves up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Here we might bend our knees a little more. Maybe even bring your hands back behind your knees. Give that area a massage. All right, on an inhale, take your time, rise all the way up. Eventually coming up, shrug your shoulders up, drop them back and down. Next, inhale, stretch your arms out and up. When we get there, let's interlace our fingers with the right thumb on top and then pull your fists up. Bend your knees while you keep pulling your fists up. Another big inhale. Exhale, hinge over to your left side a little. So we're just adding a little extra side stretch. Inhale, come to center, stand up tall. Switch the interlace of your hands. So left thumb on top, keep pulling up, bend your knees, and then hinge over to your right side. Come back to center, shake your arms out. Inhaling, reach out and up again. Let's interlace right thumb on top. Big inhale to stretch up. Exhale, hinge over to your left. Then slow motion, bend your knees. Bend as low as you can. And straighten back up. Really ground down. One more time, bend as low as you can while we have this stretch to the side. And back to center. Switching the interlace of your hands. Pull your fists up and over to the right. Then slowly bend your knees, sinking your hips back and down. Come back up. Exhale, slowly sit back into your chair with a side fold. And inhale, reach up, stand up. Exhale, fold all the way forward and down. When you get there, maybe you shake the shoulders out. And eventually plant your hands, step your right foot way back in space. Lower your right knee. Toes can be tucked or untucked. And see if we can stretch the arms up. When you get there, the left hand can come to the right wrist. More of this lateral stretching, so pull up and over to the left. Really notice the front of your right hip and thigh as we do that. So you might even come back to center, place your attention on your right thigh, then pull the right arm up and over to the left and just see if you notice that pull through the connective tissue. It's okay if not. We all have different sensory. All right, come back to center. See if you can tuck your right toes and lift your right knee off of the ground. Kind of powering up. Nice. One more big inhale, maybe lift up and back. And then exhale, release your hands all the way down to the ground. I have a feeling our shoulders are gonna show signs of this later. Step your left foot back in space. Imagine your spine lifting up to the sky. Press back through your heels. One more inhale. On your exhale, go ahead and lower all the way down, pointing your toes back when you get there. On your inhale, find a cobra. Maybe this time we do go ahead and press our hands into the ground. I know it's early, but having a little more stretch through the belly might feel good. Nice, yes. Always doing your preferred. And then on an exhale, we'll lower down, take a break, shimmy the hips. Tucking the toes, find your way to downward facing dog. If you want to flow through chaturanga, this is a great time to do that. If you want to take a break, this is an awesome time for that. You can also stay right where you are. If you're in down dog, can we let the head be a little bit heavier? There tends to be some action happening in the neck, and we can really just practice letting that go here. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step or swing it to the top of the mat, and then pivot to the left. So we're coming into a wide leg forward fold. And if hanging out here is your absolute favorite, you can just stay. Otherwise, we'll bend our knees one at a time. So bending the right knee and then bending the left, shifting side to side a few times. And perhaps you even lift your hands off of the ground as you do this. So you could sweep your arms out or up and back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Some funky balance. Pause in the center of your wide leg forward fold. Option to interlace your hands behind your back. And maybe even lift those knuckles up to the sky. Should have called today grounding and shoulder work. Hanging heavy. Then slow motion, push your feet into the ground, lifting up through your torso. Eventually reach your arms up to the sky. Stretch and lower your arms down. See if you can hop your feet together. You can also take little steps to get there. We'll just walk ourselves to the top of the mat. Inhale, stretch out and up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Step your left foot way back in space. Drop your left knee. Yeah, then we'll stretch our arms up to the sky. Reach up and see if you can hold the left wrist with the right hand. Pull that left arm up. Notice the left thigh. Pull it over to the right side, the left arm. Up and over to the right side. Just noticing if you can. Pull through your connective tissue. Good. Breathing. Option to tuck the left toes. See about lifting that left knee off of the ground. Yep. Keep breathing. Inhale, we'll release, coming through center. Maybe give yourself a mini back bend. Exhale, hands all the way down to the ground. Find your plank pose. Nice. Breathing in, you are strong. Breathing out, you can lower down. Give yourself a break. Find your favorite back bend here. So cobra pose or locust even. Yeah, we'll stay for a couple breaths. And lower on down. Give your hips a shimmy. When you feel ready, tuck your toes, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. few more breaths here if you wanted to flow or take a break. Whatever you do, the breath can stay full. And from down dog, let's inhale, lifting the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step or swing it to the top of the mat. Go ahead and pivot to your right. So we're coming back into our wide leg forward fold. Maybe right away we want to sweep the arms back behind us. You could interlace your hands and then play with bending one knee and then the other. Use your judgment on if it's a good idea to balance upside down with no hands. Also remembering if we like the idea of bringing the hands back but our balance feels a little unsteady, we can always bring one hand to the ground and then alternate. Good, coming back to center. Interlacing the hands behind your back, maybe stretching the knuckles up to the sky, up and over. And from our wide leg forward fold, let's bend both knees, so we're kind of sinking our hips down. And then rise all the way up. This time as you lift your chest, the knuckles can anchor down, lift your heart. Big inhale. And exhale, release your arms. See if you can hop your legs together. Come to the top of your mat and just pause for a moment in mountain pose. Check in these sensations of the body. Good. On an inhale, let's sweep our arms up. Unless your shoulders have had enough, then you can just bring your hands together at your heart. Sit your hips back and down. So chair pose. And shift your weight into your left leg. We'll just see how we can lift the right foot off of the ground. So maybe you're coming to your toes. You're lifting the majority of your foot then, so that's good. Maybe you lift your toes as well. Maybe we can crouch a little lower in our left leg. One more breath. Good, then stand up, both feet coming to the ground. A breath or so, noticing how sensations change. Like my left leg just got really hot and then really quickly just dissipated again. So notice for you. And when you're ready, stretch your arms up or bring your hands to your heart. Sit back into chair pose. Shift your weight into your right leg. So here you're already adding balance challenge. Maybe you're coming up to your left toes. Maybe you're lifting your left foot off of the ground. Keep breathing. Maybe you can bend into that right leg a little more. One more inhale. And exhale. Stand up tall, both feet on the ground. Give yourself another slow breath in and out. Next inhale, we'll stretch our arms up, reaching back. Exhale, fold all the way down. On your inhale, lift halfway. On your exhale, fold down. This time we'll go ahead and bring our hips all the way to the ground and roll onto your spine. When you get there, you can keep both feet on the ground. Lift up your hips and scoot them to the left a little bit. Draw your knees up towards your chest and then let them fall over to the right side. Giving yourself a twist here, adjust yourself so you feel as good as possible. You could stretch your left arm or both arms out. Staying for a few more breaths. See if you can just notice the areas of your body where there's more pressure. The weight of your body meeting the ground. And see if you can soften around it at all. All right, let's come back to neutral. And then scoot your hips just a little bit over to the right side. Draw your knees in towards your chest and let them fall to the left side. See if you could stretch that right arm out, maybe both arms. As you get settled in, let yourself breathe nice, slow, full breaths. Another slow, full breath in. As you breathe out, softening. And when you feel ready, go ahead and bring yourself to however you'd like to rest. Maybe it's rolling onto your side, maybe it's coming onto your back. And letting yourself be just heavy and relaxed. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere experience happiness and freedom. May the thoughts, words, and actions of our lives contribute in some way to that freedom for all. Taking your time as you're ready, releasing your practice. Noticing how you're feeling as you come back to a seat. And if you'd like to close by chanting one round of Om, we can draw our hands together at our heart, taking a big breath in for your vibration. Om. Deep bow of gratitude to you. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.